there's a lot of people out there that deserve a lot more viewership and just support than they have right now, because just off of their content or off of how good they are at the game,
Yeah.
and they don't get it because they don't get algorithm. And at least on Facebook, algorithm is that's your chance to grow. That
Yeah.
and offline content is your chance to grow.
What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another RSG podcast. My name's Al. Hosting with me again today, we got Ty. Ty, welcome back.
Appreciate it.
For special guest this week, we got GrizzArts. Grizz, how's it going, brother?
Going pretty damn good, bro. How about you?
Not too bad. Thanks for coming on the show. We appreciate it. It's
Yes,
good
sir.
to have
Appreciate
you
you
on
having
here.
me.
Yeah, absolutely. So for anyone watching or listening right now, Grizz is a RSG stream team member. He's content creator for RSG. Joined RSG a year ago this month. So happy anniversary, brother.
Hey, I appreciate it, man. It has been a hell of a year.
It has definitely been that for pretty much everybody. I know for RSG as a whole, but like most recently you as well. You have some pretty big accomplishments and stuff that happened this year, which we'll get into in a little bit. But before that, Grizz, tell us a little bit about you. Let everybody learn about you.
Right now I am 23 years old.
Damn, I thought you were older than that, bro.
Nah. I'm a young guy. A lot of people think I'm a lot older. I don't know why.
I thought you were in your 30s for sure. You just threw a wrench in me there.
It's
Damn,
probably
what?
that. It's probably that, just like the southern accent and the beard, you know.
Yeah, the beard for
What?
sure.
You talking about the peach fuzz, bro? Hey, don't roast me too bad. Jeez.
No, I thought you were 30s for sure, bro. Wow.
Wow, that's crazy. Well, no, I mean, what do you want to know? You want to know about like streaming first? You want to know about like?
Well, tell us
Where I'm
about like
from.
you, like where you're from, your personal life. You know, what you did previous to streaming. I guess your family.
Yeah. Well, let's see. I was born and raised and still currently living in Columbus, Mississippi. So I've been here, I mean, all my life. We moved around a little bit. I think I've moved like 4 or 5 different times, the same city. But we had, let's see, I think right out of high school, right? I didn't graduate high school. I actually got kicked out of high school. I think in like 2017, I think 2018, something like that. I got kicked out for absentees, so that was fun.
Skipping class.
I mean, in my defense, right? In my defense, the counselor, right, the guidance counselor, that he was like head over the absentees and the doctor's excuses and stuff. He told me if I left at a certain time every day, right, which I was a senior, I was allowed to take out whatever. If I left at this certain time in this certain period that I didn't need the credit for, then it would count me as there because I was there for like 60% of the period or whatever, right? And it would count as like me there for the day. I did that for literally maybe 6 or 7, like 5 or 6 months, right? And then 2 weeks before graduation, he goes, "Oh, hey, by the way, you're like 100 days over." And I'm like, "What?
No shot.
Why did you tell me that like months ago? I'd have been done and
Yeah.
gone."
Yeah.
I mean, keep in mind, I was not a fan of high school, bro. I mean, I could not stand learning that stuff. Most of it, I don't even use today. And just having that people tell you what to do, it just wasn't my thing.
I'm on that same page with you. I slept a lot of my like I was there, like I didn't leave and go home or whatever, but
Yeah.
I slept a lot of it.
Same here. I mean, I had a few teachers, like most of the social studies teachers were they were coaches, which I think that's like the general
Yeah.
everywhere. And we had one. His name was Coach Clark. This dude, he didn't care as long as you were there. You put something down on the paper, you passed it. Didn't matter what you did. So he'd hand us a test or something, just write stuff down, and give you a 90-100, and then you go back to sleep. But no, I got kicked out. And I was like, well, shit, that kind of sucks. So
they didn't let you finish at all.
No. Well, they told me I could come back next year, and
Fuck that.
Yeah, fuck that.
I said I'm good, bro. I said I'm good.
You put in your time, bro. You ain't going back.
Yeah, which was weird. I had enough credits to pass and everything too, which was so weird. But anyway, I enrolled in some type of high school diploma program right after I left there, and you had to go up there, and it was like it. I only had like one class I had to pass, and I was passing that class, but because of the absentees, I failed it. Right, so I had to do like 4 or 5 different classes in order to pass this, and I didn't need those. So I was like, no. So I went like I think a year and a half, maybe yeah, about a year and a half. I got a call from my brother. I think it was like 2 or 3 weeks after leaving that program. I got a call from my brother, and he was painting at the time. He called me and he was like, "Hey, you want a job?" I'm like, "Yeah, sure." So I went up there, and it was at some church right on the main street in my city. It was a church. I started working there, and I ended up that turned into a full time job, and I painted there for I think like 3 years,
Nice.
Okay.
and I picked up streaming around I want to say toward the last year of me working there. Um,
Dude,
and
painting is a good job, bro.
it it depends where you are, I think, because like here, right? Most of the painters here, almost all the construction workers here, most of them are they got a rap sheet. They're
Yeah.
they're alcoholics. They're
Yeah.
they're addicted to something, right? There's something going on there. There's not really, at least that in my experience, there's not anybody there that's not on something or is trying to get off of something. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure.
Yeah.
So it's not really if you're straight, right? It's not really the best environment for you to be in.
No, it's
Yeah.
definitely
So
shit. It's like that, I think, everywhere,
yeah,
man.
yeah, and especially with the weather here, you got rain all the time, constantly. It's too cold to do this, too cold, especially when you're doing stuff like painting, right? Where if you're just below freezing, you ain't really nothing you can do on the outside, and
Yeah.
most of the jobs are on the outside. So it's you never know what you're going to get paid from
Yeah.
Monday to Friday. You never know. It
It's
could
like
be
day to
good, it could
day.
be bad. You could have a month of nothing, and it sucked. It was very very bad. So it's really hard to like budget money.
Yeah, I didn't really
Uh,
think about the like the outside paint, I was more thinking
Yeah, the
about the
weather.
inside.
yeah,
Yeah, that
yeah,
sucks, bro. Not knowing,
yeah.
man, like that aspect of like uncertainty, I guess you can say, like
It's
it sucks, man.
it is yes, it's not fun because I mean you can't plan stuff. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah, it's really
It's
hard.
extremely hard to budget, especially like keep in mind at that time I was only getting paid like 11 to 12 an hour, which
Okay.
Yeah.
was horrible. But at least for that, and here it's just bad. But granted, the economy here isn't as crazy, right? So it doesn't take a whole lot to live.
Yeah.
So everything here is like just more cheap, right?
Yeah.
Um, but I want to say my first year going into my second year of painting. I got married to my wife. Her name is Nicole. We got married on June the 30th of 2018.
Congratulations.
Thank you. But that was fun. And then we got pregnant right before the wedding,
Oh
or
damn.
or the day of, whatever, you know.
Yeah.
But anyway, well, we had my daughter. We had her December the 20th of 2020, and she is crazy. Her name's Huntley. She is
He is crazy.
she's very crazy. She's one of the most wild kids I've ever seen. She's cool though, dude. She's cool. She'll
Yeah.
fist bump you and everything. She's
Yeah.
dope
I love
for
that. I do
sure.
that with my daughter too. So she's 2 years
Yeah.
old? 2020,
Yeah.
right? 2 years old? Yeah.
No, no, no. She's 3 now.
Okay.
So, or maybe it was 2019. I'm shit with dates, but anyway, she's 3 now. Um, we just had her birthday. We had her birthday a few days early. But we had her, and then we were still living with my mom at the time, right? My
Yeah.
wife moved in, whatever, and stuff happened. Got married. Still live with my mom. Still painting. Still trying to get out of that slump, right? And the last year of me painting, it's actually I think 4 years. I said three. I'm gonna say four now, something like that. But the last year of me painting, I was like, okay, I got a wife, I got a daughter. Not trying to live with mommy forever, right?
Yeah.
So the start of the year, I picked up streaming, right? I kind of jumped into it just to kind of have fun, whatever. I'm playing the game anyway, might as well,
Yeah.
see if it comes, turns
For
into
sure.
something, whatever.
Yeah.
So started streaming, started with like a bare bones PC, full MK right off rip. I was pretty good at the game. I picked it up. I hit algorithm pretty early on, and that kind of boosted to where I'm at now, which is really really nice. And I also had a few other communities behind me, like 501's community, I had Mike Check 11's community, a few others, smaller to medium sized streamers, were kind of with me and supporting me there too. So that started to turn into something, and it was going pretty good. We got our supporter badge and stuff like that. And around that time, I was like, okay, I'm making a little bit of extra money from this. Paint is still kind of, iffy. I was like, okay, so at least where I'm at, it says everywhere, of course, right? Most places, experience or whatever gets you a job. But here, every place, every single place wants you to have a high school diploma, right? Don't matter if you have experience, doesn't matter if you're knowledgeable in the area, whatever it may be. So I was like, okay, I didn't do the program. I didn't finish high school, so I got to do something. So I enrolled in a another high school diploma program, which was it was literally almost the same thing as the GED,
Yeah.
except it was a actual high school diploma, right? So I enrolled in it, and because of COVID, I was able to do all of it online, and the
Sick.
nearest testing center was like an hour and a half or 2 hours away. And I didn't have to do that because I did it all online. And because of the streaming gear, I had a working computer with a webcam and all this and
Yeah.
that. So I was able to take it, at home because they required you to have the webcam on and all this and that. That way they can make sure you're not cheating. So
Damn,
I
I didn't
did
know
that.
that they went through that much like
Oh
extensiveness,
yeah, yeah.
Oh
webcam and
No,
yeah.
stuff.
you have to take the webcam off of the monitor, which it was, and you have to show them the entire room. You have to show them around your desk, what's on your desk, under your desk.
No
Uh,
shot.
Yeah,
if you
man.
have paper,
That's a
you have to
lot.
take it out of the room or show them what's on the paper. You got to make sure you don't have anything, written down anywhere on your hands.
No
Um,
way.
Dude,
yeah,
well, it's like
phone. You got to show them putting your phone somewhere in view where they can
yeah.
see if you grab it or not. It was weird, bro. It was so
Brady
weird.
Brady was doing that. I remember when Brady was doing online school, he had to download a program onto his PC where they locked him
Oh
out of his
yeah.
computer. So like when Brady went to go do his tests or any schoolwork from home, like they had a program on his PC where they could shut off all of his monitors and close everything out. Like say if you tried to open something, like they would just insta close it all out. Like they locked down your whole
Yeah.
shit.
Yeah, I remember it.
It's a
Now that you
lot.
say
This
that, though,
this
I
one
remember
didn't
that.
have a program, but they
Yeah.
had a like it was a certain browser and it opened up like an extension to the browser
Yeah.
and you would get locked in it. So if you alt tab to a different monitor, this thing would start going off like an alert. It was really weird.
No way.
So it did that the first time. I was like, my bad. so they had something else on there that showed if there was extra displays connected to this computer or whatever,
Holy
and I
shit.
had to turn off the monitor and stuff like that. Cool. So I ended up doing that. It took me like I want to say a month, and I had my diploma. And I
Nice.
got in contact with one of my friends from high school who was working at some type of steel plant or something like that. It was really really good money, but what I was told at the start of it was completely different than what it actually was. Like as far as the
Yeah.
hours, and everything like that. The benefits were there. Everything was there that I needed. Um, so I went there first day, right? I went through I was asking questions to make sure it was a job for me, right? Because I had a lot of opportunities, like for travel painting and stuff, to where I'd make a lot of money, but I would never be home.
Right.
And I wasn't trying to do that, with a new daughter, right?
No.
Yeah.
Being home is
So
worth like $100 an hour, man.
exactly, exactly. And so went there, we started doing the training, whatever. And then I think an hour and a half, 2 hours before the end of the day, they were like, okay, you're gonna be working this hours or whatever. I was like, okay, it's like 10, 15 more than they told me, right? Okay, cool, whatever. Extra money, cool. They're like, oh, also, these holidays you're gonna be working these weekends as well. And if you get off and something happens, like a breakout or something, which in there it's like one of the machines mess up real bad, or like when they're pouring into the molds, if the stuff gets everywhere, then you have to clock literally as you're clocking out. If you're there on the site, you have to clock back in and you're working another 8, or
Damn.
you're working another 10 or 12, whatever. And well, that's my last day.
Yeah.
Wasn't doing it, not doing it because it happened
That doesn't
frequently there
work.
too.
Yeah.
No,
Dude,
so
that's
I did that.
a lot of jobs do that, man. They'll like
Yeah,
sugarcoat
they,
it
they
and
kind of
make it
bait you in.
seem
They bait you in.
yeah, they make it seem like it's fucking this is the golden ticket, come here with us, we're real
Yep,
good, and then you
yep.
get in there and like
Mhm.
since you quit your job, we'll be honest now, and you have to do all this
Yeah,
above and beyond
it's
shit that we didn't tell you.
exactly. But now here's the good part of that. My boss, I mean, my brother worked with my boss for roughly 10, 15, 20 years almost, something like that. Really, they were really close. and he knew my situation and stuff, so he was able to kind of let me know if it didn't work out. Let him know I come back until I find something different or whatever, right?
Perfect.
So so that worked. It didn't work out. Went back, painted for a little bit longer, and I was still streaming at the time, and it was starting to kind of take off a little bit more. Like it got to the point to where I was making almost double streaming than what I was doing painting.
Damn.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's huge.
So keep in mind, I wasn't getting paid but like 11 $12 an hour, something like that. So
Yeah,
and it was inconsistent, so I'd be taking home like what 1500, 1800, 2 grand on a really really good month from
yeah,
painting.
Yeah.
And at the time I was making 2 grand plus from streaming,
Yeah.
and my bills at the time covered it with ease.
That's pretty dope, man.
Yeah,
yeah. I
and
mean, I would
here
say.
here's the kicker. So with painting and streaming, we went to get a home. We got unapproved. We didn't get approved, right? Because credit history, too young, whatever. Made enough money with both my incomes. Then my wife getting a job, made enough money. We were fine. I mean, we wasn't struggling at all. Everything was going great. But because we didn't have any type of previous rent or anything big in our credit history before, they didn't approve us for home. It wasn't even an expensive one either. But it's like, okay, still got to get out, and at least around here, renting is more than buying by like tenfold.
Oh
It's
yeah.
ridiculous. So you would go rent a 2 bedroom, a 3 bedroom, 2 bath house. You would, if you go right now, you're going to be paying like over a grand.
Yeah.
Over a grand. No, you don't have any land. You don't, and you're renting, right? So you don't own it.
Yeah,
So there's not really much you can do.
No.
Feels like
yeah,
it to me. It feels like you're staying in someone else's house.
Yeah.
So we went to this mobile home company and we got approved on it. We got us a place, got it moved on, got land, got everything I need, got it all set up, and then still painting, still streaming. Moved in almost a year later. This was the last year of painting. Um, I want to say, it was December. December, me and my wife were talking. We're like, okay, it's still going pretty good. Painting is starting to really slow down again this year because toward the winter it always slowed down with the weather. It's like, okay, so what do we think about like maybe I try to do this full time, right? Because I'll be home more. I'll be able to focus more time and have a more consistent stream schedule.
Yeah.
Which in turn, if you think about it, it should generate more income as well because I'll be streaming
yeah,
for longer. I'll be able to, reach more people, et cetera, et cetera. And she was like, okay, that's great. February, March, whatever, somewhere around that area. We'll make sure we have some money stuck back just in case anything happens. And then we'll see where it goes. So it was actually January. January was like insanely slow, and January was like a pop off month for me. It was wild. So I think around mid January and January, I was like, you know what? I was like, this Facebook check coming up is gonna be really, really good. We don't have work for the next month. Why don't I just do it now? And she's like, okay. I was like, oh shit, bet for real.
you're like,
Mean
say
it?
less.
Do you mean I bet?
I remember
Fuck.
when you messaged me and you were like, "Yo, don't fucking tell anybody," but it's happening. We're doing it earlier. I was so pumped
I
for
was
you, man. Like
excited, bro. I was so excited.
that's a big leap. You know what I mean? To go from it's not consistent pay with your painting, but
Mhm.
it was a job, right? Nonetheless,
Yeah, it
you
was still a paycheck coming
yeah,
in.
you knew you were gonna make money, and then you're like, all right, fuck it, I'm gonna go to this streaming online thing, which could flop any day, but I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna make that
Exactly.
leap, and I'm so happy you did, man. I was so happy for you when you did that.
It's it was very exciting to jump into, and then once you're in it, right? Once you take the leap, or at least for me, I can't speak for everybody, but at least for me, when I took the leap, I was like, all right, I've been playing games since I was a kid. Started out with like Xbox and stuff. Or started out on Sonic, Mario, stuff like that. Just games that we had, and then moved into like Xbox, PlayStation, GameCube, stuff like that. Playing first person shooters, Max Payne, fucking anything you could think of, really, right? But first
Yeah,
person shooters and just any like first person style game, I was really into. I started playing COD 4 on Xbox at my granddad's house on his son's Xbox 360, and his gamer tag was cheap mold. and it was weird as fuck. And then he had this little headset, right? The little Xbox headset, the party chat or
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
And I was in there playing, and I was a little kid, keep in mind. And bro, I was getting roasted because this dude's gamer tag, and I didn't know what the hell they were talking about. They were roasting it. These boys were pissed, man, all because of the name. But when I played that, I was in love with Call of Duty. So eventually, I got my mom and them to get me a game system. I started playing Call of Duty, been playing it ever since. Um, and then around the Fortnite era, is when I was painting. And I kind of got into streaming a little bit right after that, right at the start of Warzone. But I was playing multiplayer. I wasn't really into the whole Warzone thing at first. It was
Yeah.
asked to me.
Yeah.
Um, that's when I started streaming. Was then, and then as I said, it transpired into something better. So when I went full time, I think January and then February. February was a good month, and then March, around like March, April, somewhere around that area is when Facebook's notice and everything kind of just like quit for everybody, and everybody's stuff started tanking. Look, man, I'm talking, bro. You talking about stressed, bro?
I can't
I quit
imagine,
it
bro.
because like it's almost the same thing as painting, right? You don't know how
Yeah.
much you're not guaranteed that X amount of money a month,
Yeah.
unless like obviously with supporters and stuff. But even then, some supporters randomly get canceled, and if you're not
Yeah.
at 1,000 plus, you notice whenever some get canceled, and you
Yeah.
notice, so it kind of hit real hard. I was like, oh shit. I was like, I mean, we're still, still making enough to pay bills. I mean, granted, right now my bills cost me around 1,600 a month. That's everything. That's the house payment, car payment, insurance, both our phones, uh, water, electricity, garbage, extra stick back, food, everything. I mean,
Dude,
it
that's
covers
not
everything.
bad at all, bro.
It's very
No.
good.
That
Yeah.
Very. That's
is,
why
yeah.
I
Damn.
think that's why I'm able to stay full time is the way I'm staying full time.
Yeah.
But that started going down. I was like, oh shit. I was like, this ain't really good. So I was starting to, try different stuff, trying to figure out if there's a way to kind of get around the whole noti thing. So, I made a Discord for myself, for my community, try to get some people in there. And obviously, you know how Discord works. Notifications. I mean, if you're in more than one Discord and you have notifications on, you're muting the shit pretty soon because
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's just
100%.
insane.
Immediately.
Yes.
Yeah,
So
literally.
that
I
a little
joined one
bit.
fucking mute it right away.
Yeah, me too,
But
man.
you get spammed with
Yeah.
notifications, dude. Like off of everything. So it's like, nah.
Yeah.
But for some people, they still have it on because they're only in my Discord, and it helped a
Yeah.
little bit. But I was like, okay, let's start network with other people, see if we can kind of get, enough growth behind us to where if notifications don't work, maybe you still see, some people still see that we're live, which it's always been weird to me, right? Because some people, not everybody thinks like this, but if you're following someone and you want to watch their content and you normally know they're live around this time of the day, you don't need a notification to come in, right?
Right.
But I don't know. I don't know how it works for people, but so it started going downhill. I started trying to change stuff up, and it kind of didn't bottom out, but it got. I was at before it messed up. I was roughly around anywhere from like 15 to 40 CCV. I mean, throughout the whole stream, 15, 20, 30, 40 people, no issues. Start up the stream, have 20 plus, 30 plus people in the chat instantly.
Yeah.
It went from that to like 2 to 7 to maybe 10. 10 was like, oh shit, okay, it might be a good stream.
Yeah, I remember
Uh,
that.
I
Dude,
went
it's
from I went from like 5,000 reach, 10,000, 20,000 reach a stream to like, I think 700. I was like, it wasn't a bad day.
yeah, for sure, man. It's so disheartening too. Like
Yeah.
you're doing everything fucking right. You know what I mean? You're doing it right. You got, like you said, 40, 50 people in there religiously waiting for you to go live. They love watching you. And then all of a sudden, something happens on Facebook. So it's like not even something you did. So Facebook happens, something happens over there. Nobody's getting noties. Like, it's not even just noties. It's to the point where, like, I used to go to your page and it wouldn't even show you live until I went to
It
your
still does
videos.
that.
Yeah.
Still
Yeah,
does that.
bro. Like,
That
what
shit
is
was
that?
whack.
Now, if it doesn't show, it'll show like a little blue ring around their profile picture or whatever.
Yeah,
And that normally means they're live or they have a story. And if you've watched the story, then you know they're going to be live.
right.
But
Yeah.
the only way to get to it is by clicking that little drop down arrow and clicking the live tab, and then you'll see it.
Yeah.
So I
It's
didn't even
still
know
it's
that till
super
now.
weird. Yeah,
I
it's
see. I
super
noticed
weird.
it like the last 2 weeks is when I picked up on that. Well, like
It's
that's
Yeah.
super weird, bro.
that's brutal, man. You got the job, you quit it to do this, you're pumped, everything's going good, and then boom, Facebook happens, and you're like, man, did I make the right decision? I got a family to feed, I got bills to pay, I just got a new home.
Everything starts turning
Yeah,
up here.
man.
And
Yeah.
like it was going so good. We were growing. We didn't change anything, right? I didn't change the type of content, anything like that. I mean, different games, right? You're familiar with Facebook, if you change games for the most part, unless you have a
Oh
bit
yeah,
enough like a big enough community behind you, it hurts. And
It
it's so
yeah,
hurts.
weird too,
you get
because you would
hit.
think it hurts, right? You would think, okay,
Yeah,
people might not show up to this one. Cool, go back to
yeah.
Warzone. They're there. Not the
Facebook tries
case.
to bury you in the dirt when you
Yeah,
do that.
they're
They
like,
do.
really a different
Yeah,
game on my
yeah,
platform?
yeah. They're like, no
And like,
thanks.
I bet.
And it
They
don't
start
make
shoving
sense.
everybody away from the stream.
You would
Yeah,
think that they would push you more because you're versatile and you know, you got all these
yeah,
different games and more
Yep.
audience to touch, but Facebook's like, no, no, no,
Yeah.
sir.
It's like they claim that that's not how it works. They claim that that's all on the streamer, but that's not.
no, there's
That's not
no
No,
true.
way.
I mean
Not,
it's
I don't even
pretty,
like.
it's proven, man. I mean, you did the New World stint, right?
Yep. Oh yeah,
And
bro. I never again will I do something like that on this.
yeah,
Never
bro.
again.
And
Never
like
again.
that game was
Killed
fucking
it.
popping,
Killed it, bro.
bro.
Yeah,
Yeah, right off rip, it was popping, and it was my first stream on there. I hit a little algorithm with that stream. I was like, oh shit, okay,
Yeah.
okay,
yeah. You're like, okay, maybe
no.
this is gonna work.
And then, nah,
Yeah,
what that ain't it, chief. It wasn't it.
And it's like you said, man, you think that, all right, we'll go back to Warzone and those people will just pop back in, but then it's like those people don't even know that you're doing it anymore because
yeah,
Facebook punishes you.
yeah,
You have to like grind it out, and then it slowly can start to build up, but you probably won't be back at where you were unless you're bigger, you know. Like if you're around like Nerves' size, Nerves could probably do it, and it might give him a hit, but he's big enough now to where it wouldn't hurt him too bad.
Right.
And then when he switched back, it wouldn't take him long to build it back up and to start his growth back. I mean,
yeah,
if it would even stun him, because like I said, he's got 100 plus in his chat. He's vibing, bro. You know what I
Right.
mean?
It's
But
also like
I
it's not even just the game switch, man. It's other things too. Like one of the boys changed their name. It was KB. He changed it from K-Burnett
yep,
Gaming to just K-Burnett. And he literally went back to one viewer and start fresh. And that's just
yep,
a name change, bro.
wild man.
Yeah, he was like 50, 60, 70 people in there and changed his name to
it was
take the
vibing.
gaming out. And then
Yeah.
boom,
Yep,
start over.
He's like,
it's
he's like, let me
super weird, bro.
let me make my page look a little bit cleaner and just take the gaming out of it. And he's like, oh
Yeah.
shit, man, what did I do? I'm back to one viewer.
And he said to me too, he was like, I just did it so that people could find me easier, right?
Yeah,
And no, man, Facebook's just like, no, we don't like
yeah,
that.
yeah.
Who are you?
It's so weird too, because there's no direction on like how you can take it to not hurt yourself, right?
Yeah,
Yeah, you don't really know.
But
Like every click could be a mistake, basically.
yep, yep. Wrong tag, wrong title,
Yeah.
wrong profile. If you update, if you get new graphics and stuff, maybe they, it's just it's very. You're just like you're walking on eggshells all the time.
yeah.
Hmm.
It's extremely tough.
It's a world of
But
mystery.
oh, exactly. But going back to when it started slowing down, I mean, I'm sure any creator, anybody that runs their own business or like does something for a hobby and it turns into something, anything like that, I'm sure they could all vouch when it's going good, right? And when you can see the growth and the growth is there and it's a constant growth, and you're just going up and up and up, and then you kind of get shoved back down. I mean, bro, mentally, it fucking sucks. It sucks extremely because like
Yeah,
in your head, you're thinking, okay, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, I'm doing this, and it's working, right? This is what people want, right?
Yeah.
From me at least.
yeah,
This is what they want. This is what they're liking to see. I'm starting to grow. I'm getting more people. I'm doing it right. And then in like a matter of a day or so, it goes from, you're climbing up the ladder to, you're sliding all the way back down. And you're like, okay, what the hell did I do wrong? So you're going back, or at least for me, I'm going back, I'm looking at, streams. How did I start the stream? Was I as interactive with these streams that I was, this one that popped off? What was I doing wrong? And if when they're all the same, it's like, oh shit. So what do I do now? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
yeah,
If I'm doing this and it's going right, and then all of a sudden everything just kind of shuts down, and I'm still doing this, then what switched it, right? Because
yeah,
at the time I didn't know Facebook would have that. I didn't know, right? I didn't
yeah,
know.
Yeah.
So I'm thinking of, what did I do to cause it? And I'm sitting there trying to think. I'm trying to think what I did. So I'm beating myself up over it. Like, oh, it's my fault that, I'm fucking just dropped everything. And, around that time I took, I think, a day or two off. I was thinking that might have done it. I was beating myself up over that for not just grinding it out. And then I'm like, well, I kind of needed the time off. You got to take some time off here and there. I was thinking, okay, I tried out a little GTA, right? I was into GTA RP a little bit around that
yeah,
time.
I
I
love
was like,
that.
but those weren't really doing bad, right? I mean, those I was able to switch and then come back and it all be fine. I was like, okay, maybe I did a little bit too much GTA. So I was beating myself up. I was fucking mad at myself over that. and then went back to Warzone, and I stayed on it. Hardly any growth, and I'm like,
Yeah.
dude, there is no fucking way. I was like, what did I do, bro? And I'm like, well, I just fucked this up. I'm gonna have to go get another job, whatever. It's like, all right, let's just kind of stick it out, see what happens, right? I was still making enough at the time, still making enough. I had a few really, really solid donators in my stream. Some are still in there.
Shout
Some
out
are going through some
donators.
facts, big facts. But still, some of them now are going through some stuff, so they're not really in there. But we've had other people kind of pick it up from there, and it's just been great. But um, I was like, okay, I'm gonna take like the Twitch route, right? So I'm not gonna go to Twitch, but how Twitch grows, Twitch doesn't their platform doesn't really promote people, right? They have like some type of hotspot or something now to where it puts streamers in there for like 45 minutes to an hour and like their front page, whatever.
Yeah.
Yeah.
They have that now, but they didn't have that then. Um, and Facebook was kind of shitting the bed on everybody. So, all right, so I'll do the Twitch route. I'll start doing content other platforms, and hopefully grow enough there to where I can drive some of that traffic to the stream, and in turn grow the stream, and not
Yeah.
be just a streamer.
For sure. Yeah.
Because at the
Yeah.
time I wasn't doing TikToks, I wasn't doing YouTube videos, I wasn't doing
Yeah.
Instagram posts, I wasn't really active on Twitter. So I tried to do that, and I wasn't really, decent with editing or anything like that. So at the time, I don't know, I just kind of didn't have a drive to learn it. So I found a website that put them into TikTok format, and I just uploaded TikTok. I only did TikTok at the time. And then after a few months, I started doing YouTube shorts with those as well. And they started kind of growing those platforms a little bit. I
Yeah.
had a few people here and there, very rare, but a few people here and there that will come over from the TikTok or something and say, hey, or something like that. But it wasn't really anything crazy. And so I started, trying to put more effort into it. More effort, even started doing it. I think for like 2 weeks, I did like 3 or 4 clips a day on all the platforms.
Yeah.
Never
Just
do that
grinding it
again.
out.
And that's huge, man. Before we move
Yeah.
away from that, I just want to go back to where you said that you wanted to start editing, but you didn't really know how, and you like when you're already in that mind state of like, holy fuck, what's going on with my stream? Did I do something wrong? It starts affecting your mental health, like even your
Yes.
home life. You know what I mean?
Extremely.
And you don't want to sit down in front of something that, okay, you just got off a stream, you had 2-3 people in there, you're down bad already. You're not going to sit there for another 2 hours and edit that stream. You know what I mean? Like
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's such a bad spot to be in, man.
Yep.
And a
'Cause
lot of people go through that.
you go from watching yourself, every few seconds talking to somebody, every few seconds, thanks for the like, thanks for the follow, thanks for the share, thanks for the stars. And then you're going from like 5 to 10 minutes of you just kind of talking to yourself. And it's like, fuck,
Yeah, it's hard,
like,
man.
damn, bro, what did I do? And then, but, but regardless, right? Started working on the editing, started trying to learn some of that, right? I was YouTubing the hell out of shit, YouTubing this, YouTubing that, trying to figure out different stuff to do. Got DaVinci, started doing, TikToks, whatever on there. Kind of got into like, VODs almost. Not the way I'm doing them now, but just here and there I would upload like a stream highlight or something.
Yeah.
Just trying different stuff to see if anything kind of helped out any, and it really didn't. So I went back to TikToks and just doing TikToks and shorts, and then it wasn't until here recently that I picked up and started doing YouTube videos. I really kind of cracked down on editing, started doing YouTube videos, started making my own thumbnails for them, and those. I'm not gonna say they did good, but I feel like it kind of brought more of a drive for content
Yeah.
to me,
Yeah.
which
Yeah. Like
helped the stream.
put you in that like mode, kind of that
Yeah,
mindset.
it kind of put me back in. It kind of put me back in the right mindset because
Yeah.
when it hit, it completely. It fucked me in the mind bad. I got mind fucked hard.
Yeah.
Um, which obviously sucked, right? Because this for me, like I said at the start, it was a hobby, it was a passion, it was something I just wanted to do, and then it's really really nice whenever you see a passion turn into something more.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And if you can if you can somehow get your passion to like to pay for everything in your life, right? If your passion can pay your bills and stuff, and you can focus all of your time on the passion, it's a dub. It's a
Yeah.
big
It's a
dub.
win-win.
It is, yeah, big
Win-win.
time.
And then when it starts to hit, then the passion. Once you're in like a bad mind state, right? Once it kind of dicks on you, and you're in like a really bad mind state, then your passion isn't a passion that's working. It's more of like now it's not a passion. Now it's a job that I got to fix.
Yeah.
And I didn't like that at all, bro. I did cannot stand that because I said from the start of all my streams, I was like, this isn't really about money. I'm just kind of having fun with it. And so it turns into something, then obviously then, we would focus more on like the monetary value of it and stuff and, more monetization type stuff, which, obviously it happened.
Yeah.
But even then, it was still a hobby. I was making my money, paying my bills, putting food on the table as a hobby,
Right.
and it was awesome, bro. I don't have to wake up at a certain time if obviously if I don't want to. I don't have to listen to somebody tell me what to do. I don't have to do none of that. I'm my own boss. I do everything that I want to do, and I still pay all my bills from it. So
Yeah.
it's awesome.
It's pretty great, man. I gotta say, hats off to you for being able to do it.
It's tough, man. A lot of people. I mean, obviously, like there's different areas, right? Like I said, low income here, right? So it's easier for me to do it, but like some people need 3, 4, 5, 6 grand a month to pay their stuff. I mean, you ain't able to do it at my size. There's just no way unless like you have like some crazy ballers in your chat or something. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But nonetheless, I kind of got into a drive with the content stuff. So I mean, it got to the point where before I was streaming, I want to say like 60 plus hours a week. And I mean, that was all I did, right? I did like the TikToks, whatever, but all I did from there was I just uploaded them to that website. It took a few minutes. And now it got to the point once I kind of got the drive for creation, I would constantly was thinking of stuff that I wanted to make, video wise, um, you know, stream highlights, doing subtitles for those, just kind of upping my quality in them.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's just something that I want to do. It didn't even really help that much, but it's the mindset I was in. I was like happy about it again.
Yeah.
So started doing that, and then I want to say, what was it? I want to say after I started like cranking out YouTube videos, like like 1 to 2, 3 a week. I took more time off stream and focused more on that. So I was streaming. I went from like what 60 or something to like 30 to maybe not even 40 hours a week on streaming, and I was still growing from it. I
Yeah.
Okay.
was like, okay, so offline
Yeah.
content's the move, right?
Yeah.
Dude, it
So
really is.
I mean, a lot of people don't think it. Like I've been trying to tell Dario and like other some of the smaller people in RSG, like Dario's viewership wise is bigger than me, but like the growth, bro. Like Dario especially, I want to drive it to Dario harder, but like he needed, bro. If Dario was to focus on content more, like YouTube videos and stuff, especially like because he's got really good movement in game too. People love that shit, bro. They love it.
Yeah, they
Yeah.
feed
If he
off
focused on
it.
that more, bro, he would grow a lot more than he's growing now. And not to say he's not growing now, he's still growing, but he would grow faster. I think he would take off kind of like Nerves did, to be honest with you.
I agree, man. I told him the same thing, that pushing these videos is really what you need to do to take it to the next level and like get that faster growth you're talking
Yeah.
about. And he's got the skill, like you said, he's got the movement, man. He's
He's
got
got
the
it.
entertainment. He
He's
started
not
doing it
married.
too.
He has the time that he can allocate to that
Yeah, for
to
sure.
perfect his craft in it, or at
Yeah.
least get
Yeah.
good enough at it to where he can, rely on himself. Because I mean, most of these people, I mean, most of the bigger streamers and stuff you look at now, they're not editing all their stuff. They're not streaming for 8 to 10, 12 hours a day and editing their stuff. They have an editor.
Right.
Yeah.
So that's why their content's a lot easier to put out than, it would be for, like for me to stream 4 hours, edit for 3, you know, design the thumbnails and stuff like that for the next 2. And then, there's your day. Your day
Yeah.
is gone. So
Gone.
you
Yeah.
have to kind of, the more you do it, the faster you get. Now, it's like I told him, I'd help him learn some stuff, like the stuff that I know, right? And that's like other stuff. He asked, like, Reed, because I've asked Reed a lot of stuff too, and he's helped me out.
Shout out Reed.
Oh yeah, shout out Reed, big shout out Reed.
Guy's a
Um,
legend, bro.
but I kind of get out of the mindset of being just a streamer, and I was like, okay, now I want to be a content creator, right? I don't want to be just a Facebook streamer. I want to be, GrizzArts.
Yep.
Yeah.
So growing the
Basically
YouTube
your own
where
brand, you know what I mean?
yeah, I don't want to be just labeled as a Facebook streamer, right? When you
Yeah.
think
Right.
of Tim the Tap Man, you're like, oh, streamer, YouTuber, a TikTok, because he's on
Yeah.
everything.
Yeah.
We think of Nick Merckx, you think of okay, YouTube, okay, Twitch, okay, TikTok, okay, Instagram, okay, Twitter. You're thinking of all that.
Yeah.
When you think of, you know, when you think of all these, some of these other smaller streamers, you're like, okay, streamer, Facebook.
Yeah.
That's all
Yeah.
you think of, right? So that's all they're
Yeah.
known on. So whenever they go to Twitter, they don't really have a presence. When they go to TikTok, they don't have a presence. When they go to, Instagram or YouTube, whatever, they don't have a presence there because they don't have any content there. At least with the way, like with the way Twitch is, they have Twitch highlight channels and stuff. You're bound to get on there if you funny enough, good enough, whatever. But on Facebook, I don't know, it's weird to say, but it's almost like Facebook is kind of like more isolated in a way.
It
Because
definitely
like
is.
because like whenever you're seeing Twitch highlights and stuff on TikTok and clips of other streamers on TikTok, almost always Twitch. It's
Yep.
almost always
Yeah.
Twitch.
It really is.
Even YouTube is kind of tied into it a little bit, but it's mainly Twitch. Like whenever you're watching YouTube videos and stuff, it's mainly Twitch people,
Yeah.
mainly Twitch people.
100%. And all the big Twitch streamers and like
Mhm.
even so far as the big Twitch tournaments, um, they're all Twitch people, man. It's only recently that
Oh yeah, yeah.
they've dabbled into like getting Zlander and those boys over into them. But and like same thing with the Facebook tournaments, man. When a big Facebook streamer puts off a tournament, it's all
Half
Facebook
of them are
streamers.
to an extent, and most of them are Twitch people that come over to Facebook.
Yeah,
Like
that too,
you'll
yeah.
have Aiden in those tourneys, you'll have Tommy, you'll have Allman, you'll have Destroy, you'll have Rated, you'll have Joe Well, you'll have all of them in there. Those are the Twitch guys. And it's so weird because like if you stream on Twitch, right, you get your clips and stuff, and if you pop, if like Jelly, right, Z Jelly, he's somebody I'm just thinking of off the top of my head. He's pretty decent size on Twitch because he's been playing with Tommy and stuff a lot.
Yeah.
But like if you go to Twitter, people know Z Jelly, right? All the tourney players and stuff, they know Z Jelly. They know him. When you go to YouTube or you go to TikTok, you see clips and stuff, and you might see some of him somewhere. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But on
Yeah.
Facebook, where, where
No, I
you
agree,
go to
man.
you have 100,000 followers on Facebook. You're averaging 300 viewers. You go to Twitter, well, you got like 100 followers. You got like 2 likes a tweet. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's super weird, bro. It's just so weird how isolated Facebook is. And I think most of that is because a lot of the Twitch people, they can't depend on an algorithm from Twitch or anything from Twitch to grow them, so they're on all platforms.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if their Twitch takes off, then that's going to translate to their TikTok, that's going to go to their Twitter, that's going to go to their YouTube, and kind of like the approach I had with it. Because whenever it shit on me, I was like, bro, there's no way I can depend on Facebook to grow anymore. Because if I do that and it starts to grow and it shits on me, what if I like took on another? What if I took on like I got like a bigger house or something? You know what I
Yeah.
mean?
Or a new
Like,
vehicle
Yeah.
or anything.
yeah, what do I do then? You know what I mean? I can't be like, sorry, just give me a few months and stuff might pick. It
Yeah.
don't work like that. So I took into account YouTube and Twitter and all that stuff and TikTok, and I've been growing off that, and it's been helping a lot, especially with like my mentality. Because like when you're streaming, if you have a good mindset, you can definitely tell it in stream, 100%,
Yeah.
and that attracts more people.
It
Yeah.
does, man. Those vibes, people can sense those good vibes, man.
When
If
you're
you're
down bad, bro, I mean, people can tell. When
Yeah.
when you're energetic, you're happy, you can almost see the passion, you know, in their eyes or whatever. You like whenever
Yeah.
you can sense that in the stream when they're talking, when they're playing, how they're interacting with chat. You can sense that they want to be there. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like some of the people you go in, you can kind of tell they don't really want. It's almost like they don't want to be there. They're like, "Fuck, all right."
Yeah, I
Kind of like
got
it's
to
more of
hit
a
this
job.
button. Yeah,
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah,
exactly, man. Me and
yeah.
Ty
And
actually
that's
talked
one thing
to
I said from the start when I go full time. If it ever becomes to a part where I don't want to go live, I'm not gonna go live. I'll find a job. I'll do it. Whatever I do,
yeah,
because
Mm.
I don't want to lose my passion for it. You know what I mean?
Yeah, for sure. Yeah.
100%. Me and Ty
And
talked to Twiscope about this in his podcast. He was getting like that with Warzone before he switched to GTA. Like
Yep.
I could see the change in emotions with him. He was like
Oh,
happy go
yeah.
lucky, and then he got angry, man. And he had to, right? Or it's either that or you quit.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's
and
it's
that's one
crazy.
thing I think a lot of people need to like. If it's a passion and you turn it into a job, you need to keep it as a passion because you don't like a job's not a job if you love what you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
Mhm.
So
Yeah.
100%.
if you don't like
Exactly.
what you do, then it becomes a job. And then,
Yeah.
especially with like an entertainment thing, you're not going to go watch a movie with The Rock and he's like, "Fuck." You know, if you can tell he don't want to fucking be there in the movie, he's not going to be acting good. If he's not acting
Yeah.
good, you're not going to watch the movie. It's a shit movie.
Yeah,
Yeah.
So that's the way I see it is streaming. If you don't want to be there, don't be there, bro. I mean, do something, change something to put a drive into what you're doing. Don't
Yeah.
just go live because you have to,
I love
right?
that.
So
Those are
that's just my thought of it.
that's words to live by for everyone listening. If you're streaming, if you're a small streamer, or if you're moving on up or whatever, just listen to those words and you should live by those, because if you're not enjoying it, you shouldn't be doing it. You're not going to go
Exactly.
anywhere with it.
Exactly. Because I can tell you right now, don't matter how. I mean, depending on how good you are, that's not gonna get you anywhere. I mean, unless you're a pro player, top, best of the best, you can get by with not interacting with chat or doing any of that. But other than that, you're not gonna go anywhere with it. It's like people ask Nick Merckx, people ask Ninja and all these other big streamers the same thing. How do I become a good streamer or a big streamer? They say it's like the three thing golden rule that they always say. You either got to be really, really funny. You either have to be really, really good, like better than everybody else good, not just a really good player, or you have to be a mixture of both.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So if you've been in the streams, if anybody's been in the streams, I kind of am a little of both. I'm not the best player, but I'm pretty damn good, and I can say some funny shit. So
You're entertaining,
it's
that's
a
for
dub.
sure.
It's a dub.
I love it.
And also another thing, if anybody ever hits algorithm on Facebook, I did this whenever I was first on algorithm. I like kind of lived off of the algorithm, right? So now that I've done the offline content and stuff, and I've able to traffic, not a lot by no means, but a little bit of people here and there to come into the stream from the other social media platforms. That's how I'm treating it with algorithm. So algorithm won't stick around for a while, right? I'm not gonna be at 200 plus peak viewers like I was today, in a week from now, maybe, who knows? But at least from the time that I hit algorithm last week or the week before last, whatever, I've had roughly around 30 to 40 people that came in from that algorithm. They've been in every single stream since.
Love that.
Yeah.
So when
Great.
that 200, when that 150, when that 100 viewership is gone, I would have hopefully, granted, I can keep it going depending on how long I keep it going. I won't be averaging 5 to 7 viewers anymore. I'll be hopefully averaging anywhere from 15 to 50 to plus, as long
Mhm.
as I can keep those people back. So all that, basically, the way I'm treating algorithm is now is I'm not growing. I'm given a chance to grab as many people as I can, right? So if
Retention,
there's two, if
basically.
there, exactly, if there's 200 people in chat, I want to get at least a few of them here and there every few minutes. I want to try to get a few of them to come back tomorrow,
Yeah.
because if whenever we get that algorithm, I don't have that 200 people anymore, right?
Yeah.
So I can't get comfortable with those numbers because that's not real numbers.
No, that's right.
If I can bring a few people back, bro, if I can keep bringing people back every single stream, the algorithm, then it's a dub, because then I
Yeah.
would have took the algorithm to grow instead of thinking that that's where I'm at now. You know what I mean? Because a lot of
Yeah.
people think
Yeah.
that. A lot of people, when they hit algorithm, like, okay, yeah, I got 200 viewers. No, no, you don't. You've got like it says right there, you got 7 followers and 100 and whatever non-followers. But you want to try to make those non-followers become followers. That way, when algorithm's gone and you don't have Facebook pushing you, you have a core community built,
Yeah.
and you can translate that into your YouTube videos. That's more support for your YouTube videos. That's more support for your TikToks, for your Twitter posts, Instagram posts, whatever.
Yeah.
And in turn, that right there on those platforms, that engagement and that viewership automatically, that base core community can help grow it. And then it's just like a constant cycle. This helps this helps this helps that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I love how
For
you look
sure.
at it, man. You're saying, like, it's such a good way to look at it. You're already saying, like, this isn't going to stick around forever. Hopefully I get
Mhm.
another week out of it. So that way, like, if it does stop in a week, you're not like, oh shit, what'd I do wrong? You're like, all right, the
Yep.
algo's
Yeah.
gone, but
Yep.
I've retained at least, 20 people from it, like you
Yep.
said.
Yeah.
Like, that's such a positive outlook on it. I love to hear that. People should also take that into their minds when, like, if you ever hit
100%.
algo, don't stop doing what you're doing. Don't think this is the new norm, because it's
That's
not.
that's when the drive should kick in. If
Yes.
you
Yeah.
don't have a drive now, if you're not, if you're not trying to do a giveaway, if you're not trying to, do open lobbies or something to kind of show the community that you have already more support, when you hit algorithm, that's if you're gonna do it, that's the time to do it, because you want to keep as many people from that algorithm as possible. That way you don't have to depend on an algorithm to grow. Like
100%.
I've
Exactly.
had I've had 20, 30 people today and yesterday alone come in that have, are already a part of my community. Like, oh man, love to see the growth. They're finally growing. I'm like, it's not my real numbers. I don't really have
Yeah.
200 people, brother. It's not how that works. I said, but we got 5 or 6 people in the stream right now that weren't in here 2 weeks ago when I was an algorithm. They've
Yeah.
came back. They're supporters now. So now I've got more viewership. I've got a bigger core community. And granted, I do hope that the algorithm stays for the simple fact of being able to grab those new people. I
Yep.
given a quicker amount of time, right? Or given a shorter amount of time to grab more people than I would without the algorithm, obviously. But also, you get stickers for 5,000 followers. So we've grown like 700 followers in the past week.
Dude,
So
There we
that's
go. That's
insane,
huge.
bro.
Yeah.
I'm about to
That's
hit
great.
4.3K. We got about a little over 700 more, and I got stickers unlocked. And then that way all my supporters get get all their stickers and stuff. So that's going
Yeah.
to be a big dub.
That's huge, man. I feel also
100%.
like when you're in the algo, if you're like, I keep saying retaining, but getting these people to follow and like and like interact, I feel like that keeps you in the algo for longer because Facebook's like,
Yes.
oh, this guy's entertaining, he's doing it right. Let's
Yep.
keep this going and see if he can keep building it, right?
Yep.
Yeah.
So it's really good.
Facebook algorithm is weird, man. A lot of people think they've got it cracked. There's some streamers that think they got it down pat because they hit it big and they got the really good algo, and they thought that nobody knows how Facebook algorithm works, bro. Some people say it's based off of 1 minute views, but if you have 20 people, that normally on your stream come in and watch, 3 minutes worth of your stream, and you don't hit algorithm, that shows right there. That's not what does it. People think engagement does it, which it does. It helps. Engagement definitely helps in the distribution of your reach or of your streams and stuff, but it's not the only deciding factor. I think it's like a bunch of little different stuff,
Yeah,
and not just that. I think it's combinations of certain different things
Yeah.
kind of sets you in the algorithm. Like there's
100%.
there's something that I was told a week and a half before I hit algorithm, and this guy was like, you know, uh, I was told to do this, and I'm in algorithm now. You should try it, see if it helps. I mean, it seems to be working great, and I tried it, and now I'm in algorithm, and now I'm in like really
Sick.
good out. I'm in pretty good algorithm.
Yeah.
But
That's
granted, I'm not
awesome.
gonna say what it is yet because I don't want to lead people to think that that's gonna fix it, right? Like, because
Yeah.
if it does, if it does, then good. If it don't, then a lot of people are kind of pissed off. So
Yeah,
Yeah.
I've
for
told a
sure.
few people about it to see if it helps and see if it kind of if it's helped one of them so far. So I'm thinking that it might be it, but who knows? We'll see.
Yeah.
I'd love to like try to get some type of formula down to help, because like if you don't know what you can do to get into the algorithm, right? Then it's just you're basing it off of luck. But if there's something that you can do to get into it, I think everybody should know that, because I mean, there's a lot of people out there that deserve a lot more viewership and just support than they have right now, because just off of their content or off of how good they are at the game,
Yeah,
and they don't get it because they don't get algorithm. And at least on Facebook, algorithm is that's your chance to grow. That
Yeah.
and offline content is your chance to grow.
absolutely. I think it's like a combination, like you said. Like it's definitely your streaming hours, consistency, getting those follows, getting those reactions and interactions in chat, along with the big one for me is offline content, man. If you got a post schedule going and you're posting up stuff, especially while you're live, like if you're posting, scheduling stuff out while you're live and stuff like that, like Facebook sees you're grinding, man. They're not
Yeah.
going to push someone in algo that is not posting offline content, that's not pushing for stuff that's, here and there, hit or miss, every week's different.
Yeah.
Like they're just not, man. That's the reality of it, right? The
Yep.
people who are pushing for it, who want to make something of it, who are, are balls deep in it, they're the ones that are going to get pushed and algo ultimately at the end of the day. Now, it's not going to, obviously, it doesn't happen overnight or anything. You got to put your time
Yeah.
in. But I mean, like you said, you had algo like, what, 9 months ago, and now you got it again. So, like, that's 9 months, man. That's a long time.
And a lot of people, they make new pages once they get out of algorithm and their growth stops because they think that it's gone. As I was a month, I want to say 2, 3 weeks, maybe a month, maybe not fully a month before I hit this algorithm. Um, Actually, hold on, let me back up. 2 weeks ago, I was in like an off and on algorithm, but it wasn't like big, right? I would just kind of jump up in viewership. I'd
Yeah.
have really good reach and stuff like that. And then I was like, okay, cool. At least I know I can get algorithm back. But before that, I was like, maybe I need to make a new page. I was like, but if I make a new page, I got to go through the whole level up process again.
Yeah.
Do the I8 form or whatever it is be able to get paid, all this and that. That's a month of no income.
Yep.
Can't really do that. So I'll just try a little bit longer, see what we need to do, and then I'll figure out something from there. And then thankfully I'm doing that. I'm getting algorithm now, so I'm okay. But
Yeah, thank God you didn't
but
make that new page, man.
you were not lying, bro. You ain't lying.
Dude,
But
I think everything happens for a reason too. So like,
oh yeah,
you know what I
definitely.
mean. The worst thing would have been if you had to make that new page, like you said, a month no income. Your page right now would be no chance of getting an algo because you would have been
Mhm.
off for a
Yep.
month
Yeah.
at least,
Would have
right?
been chalked.
Yeah, it would have been shocked. And by the time you came back, man, you would have been back at one viewer again, trying to
Yep.
regrind. So
I would have been
I'm
starting
happy
from
you
scratch
never.
almost.
Yeah, for sure. No, man, you're killing it. Like, obviously, I'm working a lot right now and grinding out RSG and stuff, so I'm not getting a whole lot of chance to get in people's streams. But every time that I get to pop in your stream, man, it's fucking booming. It's like, I think the lowest I've seen in the last week, well, I've personally been in there, is like 110. And that's
It's
like, you know
been
what I mean? I've seen like
Yeah.
two something, you know what I
Crazy.
mean? Like, you're
Yeah.
killing it, bro. Hats off to
Been
you for
crazy, bro.
sure. It goes to show that all your hard work, you know, you were talking about putting in the like the lyrics in your videos when you were editing. I remember your first one you did that with. I was on my phone on Discord outside. The wife was in an appointment, and we were chatting on Discord, and you were telling me about it and showing me it. Like that was a month ago now, I think.
Yep.
Maybe
That one took 7 hours to edit.
yeah. You were saying that you streamed all morning, and then you took 7 hours to do that. Like that's the grind that
Yeah.
streamers and content creators need to be on in order to make it anywhere, man. You guys, like, you got to put the time in. Like you said, the big streamers, they pay people to do it. They got the income, you know, they're making the extra cash to do that. But, you know, a smaller streamer, man, just grind. That's literally what you have to do. You got to grind. If you
gotta
grind,
take it into your own hands. You have
you
to.
do,
You
man.
can't.
It's so
You can't be
dependent
like
on you.
everybody else and keep depending on like your platform. Because like YouTube has an algorithm that one works pretty consistently as long as you do right. Facebook's algorithm is all over the place. You don't know how to get into it. You don't know how to stay in it. Once you get into it, you can just it's almost like a luck thing, pretty much. I mean, if you hit algorithm, you're lucky. If you don't, you just ain't lucky yet. You know what I mean?
Yeah, exactly. And if
Granted,
you
you
do,
know, people get raided. You know, you could somebody could get picked up by Stone Mountain. You know, get put under his wing or something, and then they're going to grow from that no matter
yeah,
what, right? They're good, but if you don't have that, then you need to take it into your own hands. And the only really way I can think to do that is offline content, networking with other creators, and just doing stuff other than hitting the go live button because it only gets you so far unless you're lucky. And some people, right? Some people that don't even don't even do reels, they don't do anything, they get picked up by algorithm, right? And like not to shit on anyone, but some of the people aren't entertaining or good at the game. It's just they're doing it to try to make money off of it.
Yeah.
And granted, you know, they might get some growth from it or whatever. It's not going to stay long, right? So if you
no,
see, you know, you see somebody that's passionate, that's doing everything that I'm doing right now, that's doing their offline grind, doing all this, and they see somebody that doesn't do any of that, isn't as good as them, isn't as funny as them, get algorithm, they're like, oh shit, I ain't got to do none of this. I don't have to do this because I just stream and I can get out. It don't work like that.
no,
It really don't.
it really don't, man. I
You can
love, man.
better your odds by doing other stuff. You can be
Yeah.
you want to make your odds as high as they can be, right?
Oh, 100%. I keep going back to you saying about not like with this algorithm, you're not like living in this moment, but you're just trying to retain people. That's so fucking
Yeah.
smart, man.
I
Like,
mean,
I hope everyone
I
listening
am
takes that
living it,
home.
but I'm not like banking on it almost.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Like,
you're
I'm
not like
passive,
giving up
I'm
everything
happy
else.
as shit. I'm in each and every stream. I'm looking at the numbers like, fuck yeah.
Yeah.
But then in the back of my mind, I'm like, I mean, yeah, good, but also that's not real. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's not average. That's not average. I'm just like I said, I'm getting algorithm right now. That's all it is.
Yeah.
I hope that you retain like hundreds of these people, man. Like you
That's what
obviously
I'm hoping.
deserve it.
It'll be
You've been
lit.
grinding so fucking hard. I'd love to see it. But like by the
If I
sounds of
do,
it,
ask me
700
for
follows,
everybody.
bro. Yeah.
Yeah, that's huge. That's
Facts.
wild to me.
Dude, 700
100
follows in a
followers.
week
I was
is
at
insane.
3.3 or 3.4K, something like that, like 2 weeks ago. And now
Yeah.
I'm at
Now you're at
4.
4.3.
Now I'm at 4.3. Wait, I'm at
Yeah.
4.3.
I don't know.
Wow,
That's what you
man.
said
Almost.
earlier. Something
I'm
like
at
that.
4,283. I hit
Yeah.
120 follows today.
Yeah,
Dude,
that's wild.
that's wild, bro. Especially on
Congrats, man.
Facebook, man.
I
It's
mean,
so
like
hard.
it's you see another thing too. People have been doing the VODs on Facebook, bro. They have been. I don't know what the formula is for it, bro. But some people are posting like 4-minute videos of like boring gameplay and popping off, bro. Like I'm talking, you know, 20,000, 100,000, 400,000 views. I'm like, damn.
Damn. It's
Yeah.
And
fucked.
like, see, I don't know what even
Yeah.
criteria to put it in on how to make it pop. Cause like I've even put like a 30 kill game as a VOD, right? Like a fucking banger ass
Yeah.
game is a VOD. And I did all the tags that are the most popular, right? I did my searches, right, on what's trending on Facebook and on YouTube and on Google in general and what correlates. I did that. I put those as the tags, did the hashtags, did the clickbait title, clickbait thumbnail, everything that you get told will better your chances. Basically, I did every bit of it. Flopped.
Yeah.
But then you see somebody post something else with none of that, and it blows up, and you're like, okay, I'll do that. And then it don't blow up. It's like, what? It's
Yeah.
just it's so weird. 'Cause like on YouTube, at least you know if you post at the same times every day of the week, and you don't change it, you're guaranteed growth. Eventually, it's going to get picked up, right? It's just,
Yeah.
eventually it will. But you know, if you upload one day extra, it could throw it off. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That's not I don't it's not how it is on Facebook because I've been told that going live at the same time every single day and that's it. Uploading your reel, uploading your VOD, whatever, at the exact same time every day, eventually you'll get growth. That's not the case. I mean, some people say doing 2 streams a day hurts. I'm doing 2 streams right now and it's benefited me a lot.
I think it's good, man. I'm on the other side of that. I feel like everyone who's switched to like a morning and an evening stream have done way better. And you're also able to touch more audiences, man. Like you'll get the morning people and then you get the evening people
You'll get
versus
the morning
Yeah.
people, which is like the afternoon UK people, the early birds,
yeah.
the night shift people, and then you go to night, and then you get the early bird,
Yeah. West Coast and stuff.
yeah, it's just but see, it doesn't work like that for everybody's different. Everybody has a different audience that they need to
Yeah.
reach and a different audience that they need to try to reach, right? So like if some of these streamers that are daytime streamers go to night stream, they're not going to have that viewership. They're and some of them are big enough to where they would have a good viewership, but it's not going to be the same. And
Mm.
some people that are trying to grow their audience, maybe the mornings are better for them. Maybe they should stick to mornings. Maybe they should do 2 streams. Maybe they should just do night.
Yeah.
It's just trial and error and seeing what works. And even then, whatever you do, you need to stay with it because you're not the growth isn't guaranteed overnight. It can happen overnight, but it's not guaranteed overnight. So it's consistency is you definitely need to have some of it, I think. But I don't know. It depends. It depends on the person, the content, and where they're at with their community so far. If you're really, really small, try different stuff, but be consistent with it for a certain amount of time until you try something new.
Yeah.
Because you
Yeah.
don't want to do a morning stream for 1 week and next stream do night stream, then go back to morning, then do both. Because then nobody's really going to know what the hell you're doing. You know what I mean? Especially with the new Facebook notification thing. I don't know why they did that, but I don't know if it's helping or what. Now it's like 5 notifications a day. I think
Okay.
something like that. I think if you're a supporter, it's like 5 push notifications a day. And I think if you're a supporter, the rest of them just go in your alert box or whatever. But they're not like push notifications on your phone or
Yeah,
whatever.
it doesn't make a ding.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm not sure on the exact number of that, but that's why like I said earlier before we started this, the VODs that I was posting, every other day, every 2 days, whatever, I haven't posted any since I've been an algorithm because I do 2 streams a day. That's 2 notifications right there. And normally like halfway through or an hour and a half, hour and 45 minutes in, it pushes another one out. So that's 4 there. And then because I'm in the Reels bonus right now, shout out to Facebook. Um, because I'm in that now, I do 1 reel every day, so that's 5 notifications. I don't want to go past that because if something like if the live stream doesn't, get the notification sent out, I won't get that core engagement, which might not push me into algorithm for that day, and which in turn could throw it off completely.
Yeah, that's the main
So I've
thing
been
too.
hammering it out morning stream, end around lunch or a little after, TikTok, reel right after, go live at night, end around midnight, and then rinse and repeat. And it's been working. So I'm gonna keep doing it until it doesn't work. And then I'm gonna go back to doing VODs every day, every other day,
Yeah.
whatever. Just one of them things.
Just change it
Yeah.
up until it gets you back in that algo.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Or just put
that's
all the
smart.
content that I'm wanting to make now. Like I'm if I had the time, I would love to fucking throw out VODs right now. I mean, even if it's just throwing them up on YouTube and then like linking my notification group or something, the link. I still like to edit them, but
Well, keep making them. You know what I mean? Like you don't have to
yeah.
post them right now, but if you got them
Yeah.
in the bank, man, that gives you like say you bank up 2 weeks or a month or
Yeah.
whatever, you're laughing, right?
Oh yeah.
You're far ahead, and then say you don't want to do an evening stream one night, you can just be like, screw it, I'm gonna throw up another VOD. That's my 5th noti, right?
There you go. Exactly.
Yeah.
Yeah, it'll get you. You know, at least you're still pushing the content.
Yeah.
And it'll push you towards that algo more, which is great.
Yeah.
But the ultimate end game, I guess. So before we wrap it up here, guys, Grizz, I want to ask you one last question. It is New Year's, so I forgot to say it. Happy New Year's, guys.
Happy New Year's.
It's great to be
New Year.
spending it with you guys. What are your goals for this year?
To be honest, I don't know if I want to set like a certain goal. I like a certain number for goals or whatever. As far as the stream goes, I'm gonna say I want to say as far as the stream goes, I want to have 50 plus concurrent viewers by the end of the year at least, or
Love
more.
that.
I would like more, but like 50, I would be content with completely.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Uh,
50's a good number, man.
as far as the other ones go, like the YouTube, the TikTok, I just want to see consistent growth on those, and I want to be able to traffic more of them into the stream. At least like, if I peak at 100, cool, but I'd like to have like a core of like 50 people normally around 50 always in the stream at all times. That would be lit.
Yeah.
Yeah. That
And
would
then
be insane.
in real life goals, obviously, another kid for sure.
Love that.
Oh yeah. And then I'm gonna say new place probably. I'm gonna go and say that now, and then get healthier for sure. That's gonna be what I'm going for.
I feel you on the health one, man. I'm starting tomorrow actually. I'm on that health kick, man. I'm doing it. I get married in September, so I got a little bit of time to go till I get there, and I'm just gonna hammer that as well. So I love that you said the
Yeah.
health one.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but it's got to be done. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
All right, well, we're going to wrap it up here, guys. Appreciate everybody who came through and watched or listened. If you're listening on Spotify or watching on YouTube, we will be coming out with more of these every Friday. So, Grizz, once again, thank you so much for spending your day with us. We appreciate it. And Ty, thanks for hosting with me again.
Of course.
Until next time, guys, we'll see ya. Peace.
Have a good one.
Later.